Beach Talk Radio. This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square, you're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode number 141, coming to you live from Peach Time Out on Fort Myers Beach. We are in our home studio at yet another table here at Beach, where we've been broadcasting live since August the 5th, 2018. And as always, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors and supporters for making all of this magic happen. Island Oils, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Mangaritas, Wave of Vitality, State Insurance USA, Sun Palace Vacations, La Ola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, and Blue Ribbon Events. Please sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter today at beachtalkradionews.com. The sign-ups the last 2 days have been crazy off the charts. We want to thank you all for that. We get back to our regular publishing next week on Tuesday and Friday. And later in the show, Stephanie is here to tell us all about what's going on at the Women's Club, give us an update on the Tree Festival. And we also have sand artist John Boyd coming in at 9:30. We'll also hear about Kim's hiking trip last week and what went on there. No? But first, let's introduce our guest for today. Dear, you got to get close to the microphone. Get in the game here. What's wrong with you?
I can't sit back here and yell.
No.
Like you are.
Chris O'Neill is back with us. Chris, thanks for coming back. We appreciate you coming on. And you have a guest with you that you brought along.
Our event promoter, Carrie Moore, is here with us.
And Carrie is here. You're both here to tell us about the event that you have coming up next week. Tell us, first off, what it's all about, how it got started and all that.
Welcome him back to the show, because what is this? Your third time,
right?
Third
or fourth, yeah.
Third or fourth?
At least three, yeah. Yeah, third or fourth.
Wow.
Yeah. Seems like yesterday.
I know. We've had you on for lots of different things for the veterans thing, but today it's going to be something different.
Yeah.
All right.
Giving back today.
All right. Let's hear what you got.
We have an event coming up this coming Saturday, the 5th at the ranch from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's called the Mild Wide Music Festival, and it basically, in a nutshell, it started about 5 weeks ago.
About 5 weeks ago, we decided to have a parking lot fundraiser next to Sir Pizza and Fort Myers Shores, and then it just grew and grew and grew. The ranch became involved, and now we are going to be helping a lot more people than we thought and that we originally started out.
So, why did you come up with this idea, Chris? How did it all?
I've been involved in charitable foundations for 15 years since retiring from the Army. I think the last total is like $1.5 million raised between the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and my charity, Hooked on Kids, that I've had for many years. And when I partnered with my new business partner, we came up with our company's Ben Hook, and we came up with Ben Hook Charities. So we combined all of our different charitable events under one umbrella, which is Ben Hook Charities, and we came up with this idea probably about 5 weeks ago to have a music event next to our restaurant. And within a week of just talking about it on Facebook and asking questions, it turned into this monster of everybody in the community want to get involved. Everybody want to have one feel-good moment in 2020, because we all know it's been a rough year for everyone. And what we asked ourselves in the parking lot that day was, we think we had it bad. Think about those people, those kids out there less fortunate, and the homeless people. And we already, like last year, we took our food truck around to the homeless camps and fed people throughout the day. Pizzas and wings, and sit down and talk to them, and it was really great. And then now it's spawned into this, so we're combining a toy drive and between our GoFundMe site, Mile Wide Music Festival 2020, to our Mild Wide Music Festival 2020 Facebook page, to partnering with the ranch, the great folks at the ranch. Now we're going to have the mega event for Fort Myers on Saturday. And before anybody starts asking, we're going to take temperatures, and we're going to have basically a pre-screen at the door, so nobody can get all bent out of shape about COVID and all these other gimmicks. We're going to do what we can do to make it happen and protect the folks that come there. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's going to be the event of the year for 2020.
What are some of the bands that are going to be there?
I'll turn that over to Carrie. She's our music promoter.
All right.
We have some of the best music in Southwest Florida, starting from a younger kid that's just starting out in the music business, Mr. Garrett Daly. He's fantastic. Up next, straight out of Nashville, Tennessee, we got John Bolin. If you've never heard this kid locally, he's a treat. He's the next Randy Travis. Up third, we have one of the greatest rock and roll country musicians, best entertainer and comedy show you can see in Southwest Florida, Mr. Jimmy Jam, the guitar man. Jimmy Richards, that's right. Then also out of Nashville, Florida, we got Joel Fry and his band. They're fantastic. Then headlining our event is going to be High Lonesome, Miss Stephanie Sposato and her band, and they're very connected in the town. They do all kinds of charity events, so we were very lucky to have all these musicians with us. And I tell you what, if you've seen them out live, wait till you see them at the ranch, because it's going to be a show that you'll never forget.
She's got all the bands memorized.
I know.
You notice that?
I should.
She booked them.
The gates open at 6, and then when does the music?
About 6:15.
We're going to try to open the gates about 5:30. We're going to start the show at 6. So we kind of decided that if the earlier the better. If we can get people in the door at 5:30, we can start selling raffle tickets and start raising money for our event. So for the more money we raise, the happier people are going to be. The more people we can help, the happier it makes us too.
Chris, tell us a little bit of the history of your charity there. I mean, honestly, I feel bad saying this, but you've been on a couple of times. I had no idea you even had one.
Right. When I got out of the Army, I think I mentioned it before. I was a homeless kid, runaway. And after I got out of the Army, I made kind of taking care of those kids that needed it my passion. So a friend of mine, Mike Benson, who's good, by the way, going to fly down to MC this event. We started Hooked on Kids, I think about 2010. And we've had 3 or 4 events since then, raising money for children and, like the orphanage out in Arcadia, the homeless teen orphanage out there, and fishing tournaments and things. And last year I got the wild idea, like 3 days before Christmas, why don't we go find homeless people downtown and feed them? So we loaded up our food truck this year, actually, the food truck, Carrie's going to come along and play guitar in these homeless camps, and you're talking about a good time. It's going to be fun.
So and food, it'll be great. Not only do they just get to have a great Christmas dinner, they also get to be entertained, which a lot of people don't get to do. So
why don't we take this goofy idea off that I had
I'm okay with it.
because you were just dipping it in your drink there. So I don't want to.
That drink will be fine.
I'm sure you ate
What I
worse.
like to say before, so I don't get off track here, is so many businesses came to our rescue and donated items for our silent auctions, and all those funds are going to go to the charity, which are going to be distributed into $10 Publix gift cards, in addition to the food we give the homeless, in addition to all the toys that are coming in. Because a lot of times, like at a restaurant, we're swapping out a ticket for a toy of equal value, unwrapped toy. So it's a win-win for everybody, and we can help out so many people with businesses like Pete's Time Out and Mango Ritas. They donated incredible things for our silent auction, along with probably 100 other amazing people. And we've talked kind of off record about what we're going to give away, some surprises at the show. So amazing.
Want to say hi to Fred, who's watching from Jamaica today.
Fred in Jamaica.
Jamaica, New York, or Jamaica?
I think I don't think it's Jamaica, New York. Is there really such a town, or is that just kind of okay? All right.
If anybody wants to donate an unwrapped toy or buy a ticket, you guys can come to our Sir Pizza location in Fort Myers Shores, 13301.
13302 Palm Beach Boulevard.
I was close.
Plus, you're on your page is on Facebook, and you have a
Indeed, yes.
yeah. So people can get in touch with you then.
GoFundMe page. We have the event page, and we also have the Mile Wide Music Festival 2020 Facebook page.
So wait, so I don't want to run over that too fast. So if people wanted to go on GoFundMe right now, what would they search?
Mile Wide Music Festival.
Mile Wide Music.
People
Festival.
say, why is it Mile Wide? Is it Colorado or something? No, we're bringing mild wide smiles on Christmas Day to so many people.
That's so nice.
That's why.
Did you come up with that yourself? Yeah. No kidding, man. You're such a rugged individual. You got all these soft spots.
They come to me in my dreams.
Really?
Everything happens in the dreams.
So what do you mean?
He's a great writer. Great.
How do you guys? Oh, you write songs too?
No, I write book. I used to write. Had a magazine and wrote stories and stuff.
So you said you were homeless. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that? I mean, I know what that means.
I'll be honest with you.
Wow,
come on,
dear.
cut the crap. You know what I mean. You were in the Army there. Then what happened?
No, this is way before the Army. This way, I was a child.
You said you came out of the Army and you were homeless.
No,
man,
that's what I heard.
Far from the truth.
Sorry.
No. I don't have a problem saying that. That's okay. As a young guy, I was in a abusive family, which was not uncommon during that time, the early 70s. And at the age of 12, I got beat for the last time. I decided to run away. and I was gone for 4 years until I was lucky enough to move in with my grandparents and have a roof over my head until I was able to leave for the Army. So, yeah.
So how did you, like at that age, how do you know to sign up for the Army? That would be.
I knew I wanted to leave where I was because it was a dead end road, and I wanted to make a difference and learn from what I was taught what was wrong to make it right. And I think we're doing that.
So you were in the Army for how long?
20 years and 10 days.
20 years. Wow. Yeah. So how did it change you and shape you and mold you from what happened when you were young?
In the absence of a male figure, mentor, I think the military did that for me, for sure.
Do you think people? Oh, sorry, dear. I mean, I know you want to ask things. You think people look at it the same way?
No, it's good because other people need to hear the same.
You think people look at it the same way these days?
Unfortunately, Carrie and I've talked about that before. She always says that she uses me as an example, and I'm not tooting my own horn, of all these people out there that make excuses for what they were brought up in, what they could have done, and I firmly believe that, you take what you get and you make the best of it. And that's just how it is.
Now a lot of these funds are going for homeless children.
Oh, yeah.
And
no. Hold on a second. Let me caveat that. The homeless folks are separate from the children.
Okay.
The children are going to get the toys, and we've adopted a couple families that we know that need it, and there's going to be more that come along depending on how much money we get that we're going to fund their Christmas.
Right. When you were talking about
as many people as we can with this charity.
Right.
If we can help one charity and we still have something left over, we're going to find another one that needs our help too.
I think when you were talking about the homeless kids shelter in Arcadia.
Right.
That made me think about, if you could share what you're comfortable with, what your experience was when you were going through that, to share with people who have no idea what kids like that may be facing in that situation.
When we did the charity for the folks out there, the great teenagers out there, and by the way, that place, I can't recall the name, we gave them a lot of money. That is a place where after you've ran the gamut of getting kicked out of school and law, the next place is jail. You're an unparented teenager, almost all males out there, and that's the place they go. We just adopted that because I just didn't know any more around here locally, and we partnered that up with my 50th birthday party up in Port Charlotte, and we turned that into a fundraiser. So it ended up being $10,000 and 400 toys, and it was such a good time. Bagpipes and all. It was a good time.
When was your 50th birthday party?
It was a couple days ago. I got a birthday this week, and it was minus 4 years ago. So yeah.
What?
I'll be 54 this week.
Okay,
so yeah.
You confused me.
Don't do the high level math.
Right.
A couple of days ago, I was like, well, how come we didn't get invited to the 50th birthday party?
It was a good time. We had an entire bar.
So let's also we'll get back to this, but let's talk about Sir Pizza. I want to make sure that we talk about that. Your pizza kicks ass, and it's tell us where it is and how things are going. You expanded with the truck and all that, and where the truck is. And
I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary owning the business, and we went from I think 195 to number 1 on Google during that time, which is great. Very proud of that. We worked hard. Our team is by far, I would say, and John would question me on that, but I think we got the best team in the business. Very loyal. They're polite. Everybody gets to say hi. Everybody says thank you. It's the way it should be. It's service, not only the best food, but the best service in the industry. And I'm very proud of that. I'm most proud of that. And that's why we're where we are. We have a small business. We're expanding into Cape Coral soon after New Year.
Cool.
And things are good. I mean, it's good. We support the Civic Center. They've let us take over their entire concession at the Lee County Civic Center. So things are good.
And it's not only pizza.
Correct.
You have lots of other things. Tell us some of the other things that you're famous for.
We have our wings, which I don't know anyone that has better wings in town. Certainly not as big. 20 homemade sauces. We have subs. We have pastas. We have a lot of stuff. Very, very good food.
And last time you here, you were just getting started with the food truck.
Yep.
How's that going?
Food truck was, we get a call every week for somebody to go take us to the food truck somewhere. But frankly, it takes people. And, we've just kind of gunned it down to doing big events because that's just where it's at.
Like the gun show.
Support. Yeah, the gun shows. We just did a craft show 2 weeks ago there at the Civic Center. So we'll be all over. We did the Republican convention at the Buckingham Blues Bar a few weeks ago. That was good, and it's good.
So the event is next Saturday, and how can people get tickets, and where do they get involved, and do you need more things to give away, all of that, or?
Sure.
They can keep bringing stuff. We'll find somebody that needs it. The gift cards, anything you want to bring, and anything matters. Don't feel like if you only have $5 to give, that's enough. $1 is enough on our GoFundMe. Everything adds up, and everything that anybody gives helps us out, whether it's a business or a personal contribution. You can buy tickets again one more time at Sir Pizza, Fort Myers Shores, and at the event. You can come to the event, bring an unwrapped toy to the event. We'll have toys set up. You can buy a $10 donation at the door. If you don't have a toy, bring $10 to donate. Every raffle ticket, every person that signs up for the silent auction, which we have some amazing auction items. I'm talking $1,000 retail price for some of these items. So hopefully through everything that we've put together and everybody helping, we're going to raise enough money to do some good.
Can you tell us what some of the things are, some of the highlights for the silent auction?
We've got a 3-day stay on the beach in Sanibel at one of my buddies' resorts down there. We have 2 of fat hats, which is this guy makes all the hats for the country singers, like handmade. I mean, these are exotically cool. Like I may bid on that thing.
They're all custom made. He custom made a female hat and a male hat for just for our event. So it's Fat Hats Custom and Nashville Music Company or Hat Company, excuse me.
Chad's got a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Well, let them finish telling
the
all
answer
the
is no.
Chad
Absolutely not. That ruins the taste.
Sir Pizza will back the movement to
a boneless wing could be anything from a chicken's butt to a rib. No, a rib meat. No.
Our sauces at Sir Pizza are all homemade.
Wait, what's going on? Who's trying to ban boneless wings or bone wings?
You have to come by and try our apocalypse sauce. People says that if it's not hot enough, I tell you what, he has to wear a mask shield when he makes the sauce. And I cannot even do it without crying. This is if you like hot wing sauce.
Can somebody actually
by far they order it all the time.
Sounds like you eat those while you're sitting on the toilet.
I like to comment on there's an also comment as far as COVID screening, we're going to do temperature checks at the door. We're going to do an analysis of somebody looks like they're sick. We're also going to invite those that happen to be in the 1 percentile of vulnerability to wear a mask, or if anybody's going home to that 1% of vulnerability, they can make sure they wear a mask when they go around them, and that problem will be solved. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure it's hand sanitizer stations, the whole deal. So as much as you can do beyond what Walmart does, we're going to do it. That's a super spreader at Walmart.
Yeah. Well, Home Depot, the Home Depot, we were at the Home Depot yesterday, and every single person was wearing a mask, and there's not a mask mandate in Lee County. So, I mean, I'm not saying it works or it doesn't work. I'm just saying that people,
if you feel like you need it, wear it. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So the homeless folks that you're going to be helping, how do you find out where they are, or do you work with an organization?
Great question.
Great question. I have my bell here.
Great question. I've been driving around to camps this last week, going into these places where there are parks, and talking to people. I talked to a police officer the other day over in Tice, and because they closed the big place downtown, they shut that down and basically dispatched all these people all around town there. And we're also going to go down to the Salvation Army this week and talk to them, because I think we're going to have more than we can handle as far as what we can disperse, and we're going to make sure everybody we can touch and help with this is going to get something.
We're going to start early in the morning and go until we don't have any more options, and feed as many people as we can, kids, elderly, just anybody that needs food or feels, maybe find some families that we can go around and spread some Christmas joy to their kids and everybody. So we're giving our Christmas day that's our priority.
Now, I noticed a lot of I shouldn't say this, but I feel like I've noticed a lot more folks that are in intersections that weren't in intersections asking for money before, after the park closed. And I know they didn't close the park to kick the homeless people out there. There was always a plan to refurbish the park or renovate the park. But I have noticed them standing in some dangerous intersections lately.
Yeah, there's 2 and 3 down at our intersection on 141. They're just standing there like in the medium and on each side of the road. They're like competing for those positions.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
It does seem, though, like Lee County is trying. They're trying to find a solution. Right. And the homeless population seems to be growing the last few years, and they seem like they're working at it. At least they're having meetings to talk about it. So what do you think needs to be done to fix that, Chris?
Like we said before, I don't want to get into the politics of this thing, but what I do want to get into is making a difference on Christmas Day. Absolutely. If we can make somebody smile that wasn't smiling before, it's worth every bit of effort that all of us have put together to pull off this event Saturday. And it's been a lot.
How many people can you put into the ranch for this event?
Oh, I'm pretty sure the maximum capacity is at least 700 to 9.
Right.
I haven't.
It's 5,000.
Yeah. Well, and they'll all be 6 feet apart too. So
of course, yeah. We'll make sure.
Are there a lot of kids that are homeless in Lee County?
I don't know the metrics on that, but I would say probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. It's open to all ages. So if you're a family where you don't have a sitter, it's family friendly, very clean, very nice, no craziness, just making a difference.
And how late is it going to go till?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, get them home before 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Get early.
Common sense prevail there.
Well,
Common sense prevail.
you know, sometimes.
I mean, you have to remind some people that it is still a nightclub, saloon,
right,
concert hall. But we start we're opening the gates at 5:30 so that everybody can come enjoy if they want to come and just, listen to the first few bands, donate some money. That's great too. We want it to be able to get everybody there.
And where's the ranch?
Right on Colonial and 41 intersect just before.
Yeah. And they have some kind of a place next door where you're allowed to throw an axe.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
That's
whiskey bar. They got axe throwing stations. It's really cool. We went in there and checked it out. It's
I've
really
never
cool.
ever been in.
It's really cool. It's a nice place.
You went in there.
That's the first time I was ever in a place where you're allowed to throw axes. I just thought axes and alcohol seems like an odd mix.
I thought the exact same thing. I'm like whiskey and alcohol and throwing and axes.
But they do. They have someone there that monitors the situation, and
right.
And you have to.
It's still scary.
You have to wear closed-toed shoes, or they have shoes that you can.
Who comes up with these kinds of ideas where you should?
We went.
I
thought I was going to be a lot better at it than I was, but I was whipping it too hard, and then it doesn't spin enough. You need to lob it. Yeah.
Caddyshack moment. No.
Somebody during the evening decided to throw it through their legs, and that was going to be a good idea, and it went through the glass. So that's what I'm talking about. It's just, I'm not going to say who it was or anything like that.
Someone hit a light. Took a light out.
Yeah. Sounded like they went
There's
through
the
glass.
address right there for the
All right. It's 2158 Colonial Boulevard, and the event is next Saturday at the ranch, December 5th. Everything seems to be happening on December 5th, so please stop by and help out the event, and it's called Mile Wide Music Festival. How many bands? Five bands. Very nice.
How long do you think they'll play for?
We're gonna start out with Garrett Dally. He's gonna go on about 6:15, and he's gonna play about 45 minutes.
Okay.
And he's just an acoustic artist, and then we have another acoustic artist. Then we'll bring up Jimmy Jam, the one-man band, which he's all involved. You would think a full band's playing, but it's just him up there.
You don't want to miss
and then we have two all-star bands, Joel Fry Band, featuring Joel Fry, obviously, and then High Lonesome, which is traditional country with some of the most seasoned musicians in Southwest Florida. So, and we may even get a special guest, the Hendry County Sheriff, Mr. Steve Whidden's probably going to come in and sing a song or two. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir. He's a great guy.
Very nice.
I'd like to mention one time before we go, we also partner with the Days Inn and the Howard Johnson right there, right around the corner. So if anybody wants to get a room, just say Mild Wide Music Festival. It's a discount down to $54.99 for a night stay. That's a lot cheaper than a DUI.
Yes.
And, get your room now. We went and got ours yesterday, and everything's going to be good.
We have a shuttle driver that's going to be on call right there out front. We'll have his number posted everywhere. So if anybody wants to rent a room and doesn't want to drink and drive, they can leave their car there. The ranch has already agreed that that's fine, and we'll shuttle you back to the hotel at no cost to make sure that everybody can come and contribute money and donate and have a good time and do what they want to do, but also make sure that they get home safe as well.
Sweet.
That is great.
Anything we missed, Chris?
I think we pretty much tapped into what we can. Check out the Facebook pages this week. It involves a Mile Wide Music Festival, and the updates will be on there. Any other information we can get to the folks. Remember, it's open to the public. You don't need a ticket to go down there. You can get one at the door. So
awesome. And the price again to get in is
a donation of $10 or an unwrapped ticket. And
unwrapped
with that ticket right here, the tab's going to go in the grand prize box, and that person's eligible. Don't have to be there for the grand prize of a 3-day stay on Sanibel Beach.
Very nice.
So you don't have to be there to win.
Where's the stay at?
The Waterside Inn.
Very nice. Okay, and we have these tickets to give away, so we'll give these tickets away. Awesome. Well, Chris, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
So much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
much. Good luck
with
with the event, and we hope to see you down there on December 5th. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, Chris O'Neill, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I appreciate you guys coming down, and let's see if we can squeeze Stephanie in before we get our second guest in. And we have the Tree Festival and Auction, folks, at the Women's Club is coming up December the 11th and the 12th. And Stephanie is here to give us kind of an update on the trees there's 16 trees that you can what is it? Auction. They're going to auction them off. So there's 16 beautiful trees, and Stephanie is here to kind of give us a quick update before we have our final guest on, John Boyd, and that's going to be December the 11th and the 12th. And on the 11th, it begins at 4:30 with a VIP reception and preview party, and then the doors open at 5:30. And then on Saturday from 1 o'clock until 8:30 p.m. There we go. And we're back up there. Hello, Stephanie is here. Stephanie is going to tell us how things are going at the women's club. First of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was glorious. How was yours?
Awesome. We had a nice big dinner, the three of us. What did you guys do?
Hung out with, again, small family, way too much food for not nearly enough people, but it was glorious. I'm still full.
Yeah. A lot of leftovers.
Yep.
Favorite thing.
I'm a mashed potato girl.
Oh.
Like I cannot get it. If that's all I had to eat for the rest of my life, I would be happy.
Yeah, I hear
Sweet
that.
or white?
Just
or
regular
mash?
white mashed potatoes.
Well, she doesn't eat meat anymore, so she made some kind of mashed potato concoction that looked totally disgusting.
I made a shepherd's pie. I know, it didn't look so appetizing. It was really good, but it was lentils. I know, but it was good. It was lentils and vegetables and the mashed potatoes on top, and it was surprisingly good. And you didn't even try it.
There was enough turkey and what she thought was sweet potato fries, but they were actually regular French fries. So who cares? I ate them anyway. And anyway, so let's talk about December 11th and the 12th. We're back in action on the beach here.
We are back in action. We have our third annual Christmas Tree Festival at the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club. We're pretty excited. We're just hoping people are excited to get out and do things. We know it's a weird year, and we just, we're hoping to bring people together. We'll be following all social distancing guidelines. We're taking all precautions necessary. We have hand sanitizing stands put up. We are, masks are required to be worn inside. We're checking, we're counting, making sure we're limiting the number of people we have. And we're going to keep doing what we can to keep people separated. But we're just really hoping, we know people want to get out and start doing things. We have, I think, 16 trees, give or take, so far from our nonprofit. So we're super excited. We have a couple of previews up from previous years on our Facebook page. So definitely stop by that and check it out. Brief synopsis is what we have going on. Friday, we do have VIP tickets for sale. That includes one meal ticket from the food trucks we'll have on hand, 2 free drinks, access to Friday or Saturday's chili tasting as well, and an hour early entrance to check out your trees and do other things. So
you got it memorized. You don't even let us ask any questions for crying out loud. Come on.
I've honestly been studying before I got here because I can never remember all of it or the dates.
The first thing I want to let people know is if you haven't been there, a good part of it is outside. So there's going to be outside air, and so there'll be plenty of space outside to separate. And from what I remember, people kind of wander inside and look at the trees. And so it's not like people are clustering in an area inside where they really have to worry about it that much. And especially if you have all the hand sanitizers and the cleaning stations and you're counting people going in, it really is worth it to look at the trees.
And you can position the trees apart. And are you having the bake sale too?
Yeah, we'll have
an amazing bake sale.
We're we've kind of changed some things up to allow. We've moved some things outside that are normally inside our bar. Will be specifically outside this year. We'll have one way walking through the trees as opposed to just people mingling wandering about. We're gonna direct some of those things. Our bake sale will remain inside only because we do have items that will melt in the event it gets too warm. But we can. We have the space and we can monitor that situation. So I think, we feel confident that we can do a great job keeping everyone safe and distant and everything else. So
John Lalo here this morning. We don't know why he's here. He's pretending
you.
like he's going to fix something here, but he actually had to call somebody in to fix. Now he's bussing tables, which is.
So then on Saturday,
Saturday's a big day
This
for
is
us
a
this
big
year.
day.
We are doing a Christmas market from 1 to 4. So we have a couple of local vendors out selling their goods. We're really excited about it. Come check it out, you guys. And then we have our bake sale will be Saturday from 3 to 8, depending on how much we have, it might run longer, shorter. If we run out of food, we run out of food. So
that'd be a good problem to have.
Would be a good problem. And our bake sale is amazing. Everyone at the Women's Club does a really good job. And we're really looking forward to that. And 5:30 to 8, we have our annual chili tasting. Also looking forward to that. Chef Reed and Santa and the Elf tied for first last year.
Is Reed coming back?
We have confirmation, I believe, that Reed is coming back. So we're hoping for that. And it's always a fierce competition and so much fun. We have so much fun. I know, Ed.
It is a lot of fun. And we went the last 2 years, but I decided this year we're not going back because Reed's a cheater. He's a professional chef, and you guys always give him the first spot. So people fill up on his chili first. And I'm not saying that his chili's anything but great, but I just feel like he'll do anything he can to manipulate the contest and make sure that he wins. And somehow he's got friends on the inside.
Grapes.
He's got friends on the inside.
I know you're jealous, but think about this. I mean, SOBs doesn't have chili.
I know.
It's not like he's a professional chili maker.
They
he
should.
Just does it. You're right. They
and
should.
The fact that my sister
good.
made chili the first year with hot dogs in it and it didn't win is I just was shocked by that. I don't even think we placed on the radar in any way. There was 10
well, the first
and
year,
we weren't
you didn't even bring anything to keep it warm.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought you come with the chili and all the supplies are sitting there for you, but you live and learn. So
we do supply cups and spoons and napkins and such,
but not crock pots.
Yeah, we don't bring
you
you
to bring your own or chafing dishes. And
yeah. No, it was a great time though, because all the people were fun. The fire department was there. I don't know. Remember, it was last year, or last 2 years that we were there. They bring their chili, and it's very good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and of course, Saturday night commences with ends with the winners pick up their trees. They have they can pick them up that night or the next morning. We will also do we have our raffle, first year of our raffle this year, so the grand prize winner will be drawn that night, as well as one last. Early bird drawing for $250 cash.
What's the response been like as far as people wanting to get out?
It's been, I think we haven't had a lot of, responses from people in terms of how they feel, but I think people that want to come and are ready to go out will, and those that don't will maybe stay home. And, it's a personal choice. And I think that's where we'll be. I mean, I don't expect our number. I hope our numbers are the same as they always are, but they may not be this year, and that's okay.
Right. I mean, so is there a way that people can, like, if they don't want to get out, is there a way they can see the trees?
They will be,
I've seen you do some pretty goofy videos. I mean, why don't you get?
I know.
What was that video you were doing where you were standing on the beach and you were were you doing some kind of what's the weather guy's name? What's the guy?
That was not me.
That was you liar.
Not me.
Who's the weather guy that always gets out in the Cantori? Bob Cantori, whatever his name.
I know who that was, but I won't name names. Yes, I won't name names. That was not me.
Nice job, dear.
But good work.
Wait, I know who it was.
Yeah, you got it.
I do now.
Yeah.
It was Andy, wasn't it?
Yeah, she'll be at our vendor market.
I thought
if you want to see her. Good video, by the way.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got you guys confused, but I
okay.
said I know I'm going to pick on her about the video, and I'm glad I caught that one.
I could tell.
But no, you and Megan do videos at the ladies, the women.
We do. We've done some live broadcasts.
Women's
clubs. We are definitely exploring. We'll do live feeds, and we're we're exploring options where people can see trees. We don't. We haven't set anything in stone yet. Where people can still definitely see them.
There's 16, I heard from. Yeah. I don't know who told me that.
No, it probably. Yeah, I think we're
wine
16.
tree coming back this year. That was
what was that?
Hit.
What was a wine tree?
It was a metal. It was a metal tree, all decorated with wine bottles.
Wow.
That was from the chamber last year.
How much did that go for?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know what I had for breakfast this morning.
I saw what you I ate for breakfast this morning.
I don't even want to guess.
Oh, all righty. So
dear.
anything else you want people to know other than get their asses down there next weekend if they can?
We still have tickets available. Raffle tickets are still available.
12th.
11th and 12th. 2 weekends. 2 weekends.
So much going on.
Oh, there's a lot going on. I know it. You can still buy raffle tickets at our website, fmb-wc.org. You can go to our Facebook page. You can buy tickets there as well as VIP tickets for the festival. That can all be purchased online or find any women's club member, myself included. We're happy to help you out, get you tickets, anything else. I am here at Pete's. I have tickets if anyone is at all interested in purchasing tickets today.
Well,
and you guys also are doing the unwrapped toy for the Beach Kids Foundation.
Thank you. Yes.
So please bring an unwrapped toy. With all of the events going on, you know what, folks? You should just go out and buy a bunch
just go to
of
Walmart.
Unwrapped toys, and then just go to all these events and have a good time and make kids happy.
Good idea.
We had
look at you coming up with an idea.
I think it was 4 or 5 giant bins of toys last year. It was
cool.
The response was amazing, and we appreciate it so much.
People are going to need it this year.
Exactly. People need it.
We don't even need to rehash that. But
and this is like one of the first major events coming back after all this. So hopefully people can come down and support everything that's going on. It's a great event. We love going to that.
Get out, spend some money.
Yeah, and they have a bar too. You guys have a bar, and so that's when the gossip starts flowing too. When people start getting into the alcohol, and that's where you find out all the good stuff, dear.
I can't tell you how many times you've stuck your foot in your mouth just in this conversation.
I fixed the video thing. I don't understand why I thought it was Stephanie, but it was Andy.
That was a great.
It was
video.
funny.
It was
funny.
Video.
Yeah. All right, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on. You're the best. We appreciate you coming all the way down here.
We
We'll
hope
see
to
you.
see everyone next week or in 2 weeks, 11th and 12th. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Stephanie from the Women's Club. That's December the 11th and the 12th. And before John joins us, I want to make sure I tell you about one of our great sponsors, Island Oils, repelling the bugs. It's that time of the year where the temperature's changing. It's getting a little cooler out there, and you know what that means. I say it every weekend. It's not getting cooler. It's hot out here right now, but I'm talking about at night, John. I'm talking about at night when you want to sit out in the back and watch some Netflix. Last night, I wish I could remember the comedian's name that we watched on Netflix was hilarious. A new he can't be new because he filled Radio City Music Hall. If anyone remembers who that was, he was hilarious. So we were sitting out in the back, and our screen door is broken. So when we let the dogs out, the screen door just flies open. And you know what that means. It's time for all the bugs to stick to the television. So before they were able to attack us, we got out the Island Oil spray and sprayed a little bit here and there to keep the bugs away. And it worked fantastic. IslandOilsLLC.com. Don'tItchIt.com. Laura and those guys are local. Go online right now and purchase your bottle. They have the spray bottle. Is it a roll-on that they have too, or is it a spray and a roll-on?
Roll-on, that's like if you get bit, if you don't have your other stuff on and you get bit, that will take the sting out of it.
Right.
After bite.
Thank you, Mary, for putting that up there. We appreciate that. You guys are all welcome to post things in the chat box for things that we forget about. And IslandOilsLLC.com is where you're going to buy your bug repellent. Listen, if you're going to the women's club or you're going to the ranch, you might want to have the bug spray just in case. You never know where the bugs are coming from. You know, the mosquito season has been crazy. So,
it has. And the no-see-ums. Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
All righty. Say hello to John Boyd.
Good evening.
John.
Good morning. Sorry. I
Good
get
evening.
mixed up sometimes.
John came in with his hat. Is it a cowboy hat or?
No, it's my special art hat. You know, coming on the show, I had to do some research in you guys. And Kim, Ed,
boy.
it's a great thing you guys are doing for the area here.
Depends on who you ask about that, John. You might ask the wrong person, and they can give you a different idea. But we appreciate you saying that. Enough about us, though. You brought your rake with you, too, because you are like a sand artist. And is that it?
I am. Yes, I'm the guy that does the sand art on the beach. And it started off, I told my mom I was going to be an artist on the beach with a leaf rake, and she laughed. You know, she laughed. Over the years now, she's not laughing too much more now, you know.
What, because you're making money at it?
Well, it's very good.
Very
Things are
lucrative.
very
like, how much did you make this year?
Well, I can't give out numbers.
There you go.
But
just us and 9 listeners.
There's a 6-part category there where there's corporate events and all kinds of things. You know, I can do a piece of art that's 5 miles wide if given the right tools. John Deere tractor and a rake attachment. And
wow,
crazy. It's amazing what's happened here. I enjoy doing it. It's very therapeutic. I gotta say, Kim, Ed, this is cozy.
Thank you.
This is cozy.
This is great.
I could use some therapy myself. As
Walmart,
of late,
$7.
$7 for a rake. Okay.
Yeah, just go get
If she makes me go buy a rake at Walmart, it's not going to be to rake the sand, though. There'll be plenty to do at the house. So let me pop up some pictures here. I know if you're listening, you can't see it, but if you're watching, you can see some of the pictures here on Facebook and
can
YouTube.
you describe
That's huge. Well,
where is that, first of all?
That's at the south end of Fort Myers Beach. The beaches out there, after the hurricane, they had brought up a bunch of sand from Captiva area. That's been a few years back, but those beaches are extremely big out there.
Yeah.
And it's nice for my work because I can go as large as I want. I've done a conch shell before the size of those beaches, which is huge, and you really have to trust your math. But that was
look at that one.
That one's ancient music. I name them, title them, paint them, frame them.
Ancient, you call it ancient music.
Well, that one is titled Ancient Music. There was supposed to be more. That was on my Rocky Arches event last year, and it would rain every day, every single day. And I had to get in what I had to get in, but I have plans, when I go out to do a piece of art like this, I have it pretty much in my mind what I'm going to do.
Do you draw it out first, or it's just in your head?
Actually, like when I started, I would draw them the night before and come out and do them. But now it's pretty much where I know what I want to do. I have a message in there that are always positive. I try to be as positive as I can because I'm thankful to be able to do the art. So the art really guides me. I don't guide the art. The art comes through me. And
that's the way we feel about the show. The show doesn't guide me. The show guides me, or she guides me somehow. I'm the guide dog or something.
She's guiding.
So now you do it with this kind of a rake, but you also have like you must be pulling something to do something that large.
Absolutely not. I have one tool, and
how
it's
dare
right
you,
here.
dear? It's his tool. You're crying. What is wrong with you? How dare you insult him like that?
I'm not insulting him. I mean, how do
you're
you
saying that
he
needs a tractor or some shit, and all he needs is the rake.
I'm willing to learn with a tractor, but I know how to do it.
How do you do it with 5 miles? So how do you cover?
Well, I'm trying to do the Guinness Book of World Records here on Fort Myers Beach at the south end, and the record is the easy part. Talking sponsors into paying the $4,000 because there's more to it than the record. You have to bring the guy in with the jacket. He's got the little patch. He gives you the certificate framed. So there's a lot of different things that go on with the Guinness Book of World Records. But I would like to put Fort Myers Beach on the map.
Is there any money in that? Like if you get the record?
Well, it's more of a marketing sales tool.
Right.
I mean, all my other aspects.
That
of
one's
my
pretty
art,
cool right there. What is that?
That one's called the necklace.
Yeah.
And
that's what I thought it was.
If you see the little black, spots on there, those are people. If that gives you any
perspective on the size,
it's huge. Everyone I do is very huge.
You're out there walking.
Please, you're acting like it's the video.
That took
relax.
me 30 minutes.
What?
That took you 30 minutes?
It started to rain. Yes.
Oh wow.
But it's a
That's
very
crazy.
Intense, unique art, and I enjoy doing it. And
now, when someone walks up on something that's big like that, can they get the perspective of it?
No,
you know what
can't.
I'm saying from the height. It's
the whole business side of things is to go around to resorts, and my motto is talking to you without speaking. So the psychology behind it is the first thing that people do when they're at a resort around the world. They're excited and they open that curtain and it's a beautiful, magnificent thing. But when they look down, it is etched in their memory. There's no way to ever take that memory away. And that's where I come into,
when you turn it into a painting, do you have it like a drone that goes up there and snaps a picture and then you somehow, how do you convert it to a painting?
Well, it's a process. So I have people with drones and camera people, and when I looked into your show, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to talk for like an hour and a half. So when I watched the live videos, then I saw you had guests. That was relieving. But with the camera crews and things like that, I mean, I'm rated 6 in the world. I'm number one for the painted sand
Wait a
art.
second,
Just
you're
by
rated
default.
sixth?
Just by default, I'm number one because nobody's ever done that.
You're rated sixth? Well,
Sixth.
what's up with that crap? How do you come on, man?
So
sixth.
where are other
Well,
people
If you're
doing
not
this?
first, you're last, bro.
I will
come
be
on.
first this year. I'm going to do
Who are the 5 guys ahead of you? 5
Well,
people ahead of you.
Andre Amador. There's Simon
Oh,
Beck. He
he's-
does snow.
I've seen his stuff.
There's
man.
a guy
Come
in
on.
Australia that's amazing. But
This
I'm going to go
Amador
to
guy.
number one. I'm
Yeah.
going to be number one this winter. I'm going to do the Mona Lisa on the Lighthouse Beach on Sanibel. And it's going to be bigger than the football field. And it's going to be the Mona Lisa. And that will take me to number one in the world for that.
Well,
Number
where can
one
I
for the
see-
paint.
How long is that going to take you? Like, how long does that take
One
to
day.
do?
Wow.
You do it in one day.
With
Yeah.
one rake.
Bigger.
One dry day.
That's it. The
Yeah.
tool that I
So how
brought
do I
is-
find this Amador guy and look
Well,
at his stuff? I'm sure it's
If
crap.
you look at sand art
Yeah.
on, I didn't know there was even a category. So when I was talking to a few other sand artists, like they do the 3-dimensional sand sculptures and things, they were giving me names, but I had no idea what I was walking into. I just walked into a world that I'd never been in before. And what an amazing world.
Yeah.
But
I
I
don't
will
think
be
a lot
one.
of people. The only sand art I know of, and I did before looking at yours, is you can buy the colored sand and you put it in layers.
Yeah, and you stick
Yeah.
a
and you
little
stick-
thing of
yeah, to
terrarium
make-
sand.
To make a little
Terrarium
bird.
That's
sand.
cute. That's real cute.
That's sand art.
Yeah.
That's the
It
only
is.
sand art.
Well,
so now you guys have taken it to a whole
Yeah.
nother level.
Well, we have the business side of it and the art side of it. It was never meant to go all in on money or anything. I didn't chase the money. The money follows me.
Right.
And there is a very strong business analysis on this just because it's so unusual and unseen. My likability rate, I mean, I have people that do statistics and numbers, and I'm a very math person. That's how I do these.
Mhm. Yeah, you'd have to be.
The statistics are you could be the best in your art, like ceramic, glass, whatever, but there's usually about an 80-20 likability, which 80% love it, 20% they could do without it. Mine has a 99.98 likability from 3 to 103. I've had babies out there that are all like loving it, and I've had 103-year-old people that come out of their buildings, but it's meant for people in buildings and people in airplanes. I like to do the incoming and outcoming flight patterns just to talk to those people without speaking. It's a very unusual thing that I do, and I like to spread happiness. That's what I like to do.
I do too. I love spreading happiness, and I spread a lot of happiness on this show. I don't know if you've watched enough of the shows to realize how much happiness I spread. So the question that I have for you is, how in the hell do you get into something like this?
Well, honestly,
No.
Honestly,
Well, yeah.
I had a dream, and it wasn't a regular dream like you're riding a bicycle through the mountains. It was a 6-part detailed dream. And when I woke up, I knew how to do the art, what tools to use, where to go, who to talk to for my first paying professional project. I mean, it was amazing. And
Was it one dream, one night, or was it
one
over?
dream, one night. I never could draw before that.
So 6
You must
parts.
have-
Did you
how
have
long- that? You must have been sleeping a long
the
time.
6
for all
parts is a long
that.
dream too. I mean, did you get
Well-
up and go to the bathroom after every part, or I mean, how did you know it was 6
I
parts?
didn't, because I remember it like it was yesterday, and I followed that dream to a T. And I went to my practice beach that was in the dream, and it's on the south end of the beach. And I've lived here since '79, so I've been to this beach plenty of times.
How old were you when you had the dream?
48.
John, I have to call. I'm not believing the dream thing.
48.
Come
Well,
on,
the
man.
when you
dream is a
started.
completely real, honest thing. I'm a dual resident of Montana, and I have my business
Oh.
license out there for the sand art. And Cold Strip, Montana is like out in the middle of no place. It's
There's no
2
beaches
hours
out there.
It's 2 hours to the closest Walmart, one way.
Oh,
So when I told my mom I was going to be an artist on the beach with a leaf rake, she couldn't believe it. And she looked at me like
Well,
I'd lost my mind.
my daughter comes home and says that. I'm having the same reaction as your mom.
Well, it's unusual. I get it. I understand. I've had a lot of people tell me different opinions and I shouldn't even try that, but you have to go out and really give something a try. And after a 6-part dream like that I remember yesterday, you are compelled
I
to at
would say
least
so.
try. So in a matter of 10 days, I was world class.
My dream.
Dream.
Sorry, dear, but let me get in a question
Well,
once in a while.
Let me just ask. So, did you have some artistic ability before the dream, or
None.
no?
I couldn't even draw. I still can't draw, but somehow now I see the math that I want to do. It's about the math.
Yeah, it is about the math.
Everything's about math.
So my dream was only 3 parts of having this show.
Well, halfway there.
Yeah, 3-part dream, having the show, but my dream was interrupted by bathroom breaks. So, but it's still, I mean, look at how it's turned out. Now you're on the show telling us about your dream.
That's amazing.
And I've made her dreams come true. That's all I can say about how things are going. Yeah, she is just
Absolutely.
So listen, when you're doing your art out there, do you ever have like kids just run right across what you're doing how do you stop that?
I get that a lot. It doesn't even matter because I'm planning to take a satellite image picture. You can pay a satellite to take a picture. Like on my corporate events, you can see them from space and things like that. But when people walk through them, I've had people bicycle, drag a cooler, all that.
Oh,
just
feel
be
horrible.
idiots.
And when it's at the end, the people in the buildings and watching and things like that,
They start screaming.
They get upset. But I'm like, it's all right because when you see it from way up, because it's meant to be seen from a high vantage point, you can't tell those little baby chicken feet in there.
Right.
I like kids to run around in them. In fact, I try to support that.
Now, when you do corporate events, are you doing your own designs, or are they sort of saying, hey, we would like this design, like a logo or something like that?
I have an artistic license. I mean, I pretty much do what I want to do.
Okay.
But when it comes to like a corporate event, that's special. I haven't done one of those. It's just part of my business plan right now. So like Amazon logo, you could see that. I mean, I don't have to do anything. That's the beauty of being this artist. And,
right.
I'm so happy. I wake up.
I hear you.
You'd be open to it if a company was like, hey.
I'm trying to get with UAE, the Sheikah UAE, and they'll drop me off with a John Deere tractor and a rake attachment.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. To do a 5-mile arc, you have to have a John Deere tractor.
So you're going to go to the desert in some foreign country.
Now, see, you gave me a hard time about the tractor and the rake, but that's what I was
nice
talking
recovery
about.
from before. You insulted him
I was
before.
talking
That's what
about.
happened. So.
No, anything's
Lord.
possible. That's the beauty of this. Anything's possible. And
So how many paintings, how many sand art pictures have you converted to paintings over time?
Well, last year I was doing 5 a day every day because I was so happy to be a part of something beyond me. I enjoy the art so much. I probably have, I have 300 right now.
Nice.
Now, are they paintings, or do you sell photo prints?
It goes from the beach, bigger than an airport runway, and then it goes to a painting process. And I've come up with a new way. Next year, it's going to be a 3D object from my thing on a sculpture stand. So, the art keeps growing.
What is the most?
T-shirts, I could see you going real
I
far.
have a clothing line. I have a 5-guitar deal. I just was presented with a Fender Stratocaster. It was a presentation. And
Can you play? No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can play guitar too.
I can do anything.
Let's not get off track about your guitar playing.
No, I have a 5-guitar deal is what I was saying.
So what is the most you've ever gotten for one of your paintings?
Well, it's once again, I'm still in the business process. I have it all lined up. I have all my numbers ready. It hasn't really been that way yet. Like, this is the year I come down to do business side of the art.
I'm not sure I'm following your answer, but we'll move on to the next question.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard to explain.
So,
there's plenty of money. My analyst says that's 7.2 projected sales.
Okay, so I get you now. 7.2 projected sales. I'm along.
Million.
I'm along. Oh, okay. Wow. So do you have a permit from Roger just to be safe? Make sure he gives you, because you never know around here. You might
Absolutely. I have all access to all places. And these people around Fort Myers Beach have been amazing because they've allowed me to build my art and grow my art. And these buildings, I am welcomed. I'm like their resident artist when I show up. People welcome me.
Not many people show up with a rake.
At
You're
first,
probably...
it was weird because, there was some guy out there dorking around with a leaf rake, and now it's really turned into something spectacular.
Yeah.
So, now, how long has it been? How many years, without giving up your age, how many years have you been doing this?
Well, not that long, actually. That's why it's amazing how the dream put me on the beach to do this, because I couldn't draw, and I still can't draw on paper, but somehow I can do the Mona Lisa bigger than the football field based around math. You measure the tip of the nose to the eye, and you work around that. So you just multiply the math to however many thousands of feet you want to go.
So you must have done well in high school math.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So when you had your 6-parter, was Roger in your dream at all, where you had to get the permit for the was he in your dream?
No, but all these dogs that are on Fort Myers Beach all seem to be happy, and animals and nature are in my dream all the time.
Excellent.
Are you flying in any of your dream? In any part of your dream?
No, it was a detailed 6-part dream, and I followed it to a T. I 10 days into it, I was recognized by the World Art League on number 9. And then as I started to produce this art, I went to 6. And I'm going to take over, I believe, at number 1 this year. I'll be number 1 in the paintings, and I'll hold the Guinness World Record. And that is a heavy marketing tool.
So Arturo is the other guy, right? Who's number 1?
Well, there's Simon Beck is 2.
Oh, Simon, that guy. He's a cheater.
Well, he does snow. He does snow, and that's unusual because I get enough snow in Montana. Before I came here, it was -38, coldest place on the.
Who's the number 1 guy? Armando? Armando?
Yeah.
What's his last name? Farmador. Jackass.
I speak to these guys and they see what I'm doing, and it's like there's 3 parts of this. There's geometric, like designs of geometric design, math designs. There's natural, where people follow like the waves of the sand and the depths and things. But nobody has taken it to the point I'm going to take it, and have already taken it, because these guys been doing it 21 years, and honestly, they draw like 3rd graders on the sand. I'm not bad talking, but I'm being real.
Like it is.
I'm being real.
Well, that was kind of trash talking. Right? You can say it's not trash talking, but you were pretty much.
They're in the UK and Australia, so I'm okay with that. So.
Right? They don't have real sand there. So, what is the number 1 thing you want to draw with your rake? If you had to pick, other than the Mona Lisa, is that what you said? Mona Lisa?
Well, that's going to take me to number 1. It's not necessarily my all-time.
Why don't we try and figure out a way to edge up to number 1 instead of just going for the Mona Lisa? Pick.
Why can't he just frog jump to number 1?
I don't
know. I never thought I'd be number 9, and I pretty much in 2 weeks was.
I thought you were 6. Now you're 9. What happened?
I started at 9.
Started at 3 positions already since you've been on the show. What the hell happened?
Well, I'm going backwards, not forwards.
So are you 6 or 9?
No, I'm 6. I started at 9. 10 days into it, I was rated world class, top 10, and that was unusual because, once again, I wasn't a big person that could draw well.
So where can I find these standings? If I go on ESPN.com or something, they're going to be.
It's a World Art League that does it does the presence of the art, the dynamic of the art, how it's delivered to the person. Yeah. I mean, there's artsy people are that way. It's I'm very proud to be in the art world.
Yeah,
it's been an amazing ride, and just this past week with that guitar, I was presented with the guitar, and that's unusual because not every business, it's different things. I have a clothing line. Somebody's writing a book on the dream. I mean, there's a lot of different.
What kind of
avenues.
clothing do you have? Like what? How does sand...
I'm not in charge of it. I tell them. I say, look, you do the clothing line. I'll do the designs. You do it. We'll split it 50.
So somehow the sand art has become a clothing line.
Well, I got a clothing line, a guitar deal, 5 limited edition guitar where they flip it over and put my design and gold leaf and stuff. I mean, there's many avenues I can take. I concentrate mostly on the art itself because without the art, there's nothing.
No,
now
you have to have the art.
You did a series of sand art to raise awareness or whatever for the arches for the
Yes.
So tell us
yes.
about that.
Well, that was good for me. That was good. And, unfortunately, the music festival part was out. So they had me, dorking around with a rake out there. And there was some exposure there, and that helped. And I believe everything's meant to be, just like Ed and Kim,
Would you like to have the arches back? Are you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The arches is part of the history. And right now I'm doing an event that starts day after tomorrow. It's coming up soon on the 30th. And the clock, they're trying to tear down the clock.
The Times Square clock.
Times Square clock.
Why?
Well,
What's
I don't
going on
believe
with
they're
that?
going to, because we're going to have an overwhelming response, and they're going to have to work around. They have a $10 million renovation going on, and I've seen the plans for the future renovation. It is beautiful, but if you can spend $10 million on a renovation, you can cherish your history that made Fort Myers Beach great, are the landmarks that made Fort Myers Beach what it is. And I just believe that the clock should stay there the way it is.
$200 out of the 10 million, buy a new clock, or
give me a couple $100 and a pair of needle nose, I'll fix it.
Yeah,
There you go.
So, is this rake like? Have you ever raked leaves with it, or is it just only touches sand?
Oh, I'm sure I'd be amazing at, lawn
Do you think you
maintenance
could
and
do-
things. I'm pretty sure that would happen.
Do you think you could do like a drawing or like the Mona Lisa in leaves, like during the fall season up in the Adirondacks or something? Maybe just
Absolutely.
get out
You could
there.
probably
and-
do it in dirt.
Any
or
place,
sand.
anything
Can you do
is
it out in
possible.
Montana, like on the prairie?
Well, when I go out there, it's a different world, and I try to do that, but I'm not going back this year until I'm completely achieved every goal that I came down to do.
I
And
like
I've
those
already
crop circles almost like those.
Yeah, that's
things are-
tractorish, right? You use
I don't know
tractors
what's
for
going
that.
on with those things.
Well, the messages are messages, regardless of whatever it is. And art allows me to send messages to people.
And people can receive them, and they might receive a different message than you're even sending.
Well, I have codes inside of codes inside of codes, and it gets a little deep, and I don't want to
Is this
go
like
too
the
deep
Da
because
Vinci
it's.
thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it is, but no. Some are as apparent as binary messages that I, and I try to give good messages. I'm not out to send negativity in the world.
It's not like playing the record backwards and you hear the devil speaking.
No,
You're not
I
doing
almost
any
forgot
crazy
about that. Yeah.
codes like that, are you?
No, absolutely not.
When I was on the radio back in the 70s or
You would-
80s, I would actually get one of the.
Try that.
The best one was Queen. If you put Queen on the
remember that.
turntable and turn Queen back, it was like your devil, your mom's the devil, or something.
I saw that. Yeah,
not your mom, not her mom, not your mom. So-
Fort Myers Beach is so special to me because everybody here, when
Us
you come
too.
over that bridge, people are happy. The dogs are happy. It's just a nice place to be. It's where I grew up. We had this Ford Pinto, me and my buddy Danny Simons.
Pinto?
Oh yeah, we had a Ford Pinto
You're
with
lucky
a
you
house.
survived that.
We had a house speaker in the back playing Beastie Boys. It was the
Nice.
stuff, and it
What
means
is your
so much.
favorite Beastie Boys song?
That one's a hard question because I like them all, but I just heard Brass Monkey this
Oh,
morning.
Brass Monkey,
But
yeah.
I'm not,
Were you cranking
I
up
like
the
all
brass?
music.
You crank up the brass monkey on the beach when you're doing the art.
When we were 16, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Have you ever actually seen an unhappy dog?
No.
Okay.
And I've
well,
looked.
So it's
I have
not
looked.
just exclusive to the beach where you find happy dogs. They could be anywhere.
Oh no, I've seen some
All right,
unhappy.
so I
dogs.
just
You're
want-
saying off the beach.
I don't want you to confuse our audience to think only dogs are happy on the beach.
They are happy. They are happy. They're very happy.
Yeah, we have
In
3
fact,
happy
I talk
dogs.
to dogs. I don't even really acknowledge the people. I just start talking to the dogs, and I have to be like courteous to others and actually,
Include them in the conversation.
I
Yeah,
talk
you don't
to
wanna
animals
be- right,
sometimes.
right.
Do they talk back?
In their loving dog way, yes,
Okay.
with their baby chicken feet. I mean,
Did
I
you
miss
have-
my dog so much. We got matching hats up there in Montana.
Did your dog die?
No, I just left for the winter.
You left your dog up there.
Yes, I did.
What kind of
I have a place
dog
up
owner
there.
is who's watching the
someone's
dog?
watching it.
Yeah, we have
Oh.
we
What
have a
kind of
little.
dog is it?
It's a little Pomeranian. It's like the guy that
Oh.
rides around. It's not my
That's
dog.
a girl
It's my
dog.
mother's
That's
dog.
a girl dog. Come on,
it's
man.
Well,
it's his
Come
mom's
on.
My
dog.
mom dress. It's a guy dog. My mom dresses it up and like a turkey for Thanksgiving,
Oh,
Santa.
my mother would
and
love
the
that.
dog hates it. The dog hates it. So when
Obviously.
I'm there,
Can it wear
we're
a little tuxedo? That would be cute.
well, my mom would put it on there, but he doesn't like that. He's a Montana dog, and when we're out there, I just love that dog. I miss that dog.
Reconciling Montana and a Pomeranian, but
Well,
I guess
it is what it is.
I guess
This dog is
It is
not
what
a
it is.
Pomeranian. He's more like a actual human in my eyes, because we play dog games and stuff.
What is a dog game?
Well, we have all kinds of things. We have this thing where I throw a blanket on it. It's like cast netting. Like we call that going fishing, but you don't want to hear about dogs.
So
right.
you have, before we let you go, you said you have an event coming up.
Absolutely.
What is that?
It is to bring awareness to the clock in Times Square, Fort Myers Beach. Once again, if they can do a $10 million renovation, they can renovate around it, because what makes Fort Myers great is the history behind it. That would be like going and bulldozing the Indian mounds and saying, well, we need this space for a parking lot, or let's change all the white sand into California rocky brown sand or something. I've been to every beach around this country and around the world. Not every beach around the world, but beaches around the world. Fort Myers Beach, I tell everybody all over, wherever I'm at any beach, it's just not Florida. And beach is the beginning of that for me. Since 9 years old, I've been here. What an amazing beach. And the people are friendly, and we deserve to keep this clock, just because there's so many tourists that have taken pictures. We get emails saying how much they have loved that clock,
Right.
and that's what the landmark. So, I believe it's important. And if my art can help in any way, that's what I'm here to do.
So the event is when?
November 30th
Okay,
through
November
December
30th.
2nd.
And you're going to be doing.
I'm going to do just original artwork. They're going to be huge, and it really pushes me to bring my best art out.
And where on the beach, or is it surprise?
December
places?
30th.
Give that information out.
If you Google Boyd Sand Artist, you'll find me in all my events, but it starts at Wyndham Garden Resorts down on the south end of Fort Myers Beach. That one's going to be huge, because I enjoy the largeness of that beach, and I really am happy. Then the December 1st gets the vacation villas down here by Baldwin's Beach, because I have some people. Penny Aguirre, she's been amazing. And then the third one is it's going to be right by Pink Shell.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right by Pink Shell.
Oh, he's got to be so insulting.
I'm the only guy wearing a $700 hat on the beach.
That's
Well,
not a
don't lose it.
$700 hat.
Oh dear,
is
they're
it?
expensive.
Rand's Billings.
All right. Well,
Check
John,
it out, Rand's.
Thank you so much for coming on. Let us know how it's going with the clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything. And let us know next time you come back how much money you've made.
Well, that will probably never be told, because it's not about the money. It's about the art and spreading the happiness.
There
to
you
others.
go. Best
Thank you.
answer ever.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
John
you so
Boyd,
much.
everybody, check him out he's got some cool drawings on the Facebook, and you probably saw some of them that we posted. We also have them on our Facebook page, so check out what he's got going on. And before we let John sneak in here and tell us about the big anniversary, we do want to tell you about the Fort Myers Tiki Tours, one of our longest running sponsors, and they're still open for business. You can give them a call down there and schedule your next little get together, which you could do for Thanksgiving or, Thanksgiving's over. You could do it for Christmas. You could do it for New Year's. 887-0042. That's 887-0042. Private boat tours for up to 4 people for $119.99, 6 people $179.99, and that's total per boat, people, not per person. So don't think it's crazy like that. You bring your own booze, you bring your own food. They have the ice, and they have the killer captain who has stories that go back 100 years. And my wife likes to flirt with the captains when she's out there on the boat with them, and they're very friendly.
They're friendly, but there was no flirting going on. You're exaggerating.
As soon as you got on the boat, you were smiling. Before we got on the boat, you weren't smiling. You were like, oh, shit, we got to go out together somewhere. Oh, there's somebody else there that
is not true.
Much happier than you are. And Sunset Cruises are only $20 more. Prices do not include sales tax. all boats are properly disinfected because, you want to be disinfected. And, of course, you want to go to Island Oils LLC and get the spray to take on the boats just in case there's dolphins jumping on the boat. You spray them off, or no, not dolphins, bugs, and those see them. But we did see dolphins when we were out there, which is pretty cool. It's not technically a dolphin tour, but it turned into be a dolphin tour. And then we saw Monica out there. Monica is the dolphin keeper. My machine is blowing up here from the sun. It's so nice out today. Well, that was one interesting guest here. I have to say that was, I'm not sure what I believe and what I don't believe, but it was certainly interesting. There were some listeners out there
I've seen people ride in on brooms, but never a rake before.
That's the first time I've ever heard of John. The first time.
That was a good one.
But you got to be known for something, right, John?
Hey, he's happy.
The 6-part dream, I'm not sure the 6-part dream.
Well, I think you're not going to have a dream like that because you're not open to it. I think when you're asleep, you're in such deep sleep that no messages from anything could get to you.
What did I miss? This is psychedelic.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and review John Boyd's.
I'll have to watch the rerun. I was done being the most highly paid busboy in the world.
You were doing a great job.
First of all, what the hell are you doing here? Why are you here?
Us through. We're short staff. It's a busy time, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You done listening to yourself talk now? So, can I talk?
Not yet. What is the deal? What is the deal with the dog that the lady paints every year that comes out? The zebra dog.
That's kind of freaky, isn't it?
It was weird. Like it's like a little tourist attraction or a way to get attention.
There's two sides to it. Some people think that's torture to the dog, and then other people say it doesn't hurt the dog at all, and it gives it more attention. So in the long run, the dogs get more attention by people, not just look at the dog and keep walking.
For those of you that
I missed it.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, last weekend and every year this lady comes down to Fort Myers Beach and her Labradoodle is painted a different color. And last weekend it was like it looked like a zebra. I can't think painting a dog is good for a dog, but what do I know?
Well, I don't know. We had an incident years ago when we had the gym when some lady dyed her dog.
Oh yeah,
and there was a big, huge uproar over that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Let's not get into that here. That'll take forever to explain. That's definitely anyway.
A costume.
Everybody was stopping to take pictures with her last week, and everyone seemed to enjoy the dog. So, what do you?
So, anyways, I just want to remind all of our guests that next week, this time, in 1 hour and 49 minutes, we kick off our 31st annual 30th anniversary party celebrating 37 years of Pete's Time Out. So y'all figure that out. There might be some special.
We need the guy back to do the math on it.
Yeah, we started in 1983. Worked for my dad for 7 years. So there's the 7 years. Bought it in 1990. Had a grand opening party when we bought it. So that's the first party. So first annual is
7 years.
Second annual is the first anniversary party. Then add the other 7 years. There you go. 31st annual 30th anniversary party celebrating 37 years of family owning this place.
And you put that all on a t-shirt.
Have a party.
And you put that all on a t-shirt.
And we have plenty of shirts to give away. About $800 worth of shirts we're giving away. They're not for sale online or anything. I've had a lot of inquiries, but we do not sell them. This is just for the people that come here. And this is our customer appreciation. It's to celebrate just being able to be open and thank our customers for all these years.
Another good crowd today.
I heard.
Yeah, we love to come down and help out with that. So that's going to be fun again next year. And we have a drawer full of the last few years of T-shirts because they change every year. It's not like you got to put the right numbers on them all.
My mom is big about getting the T-shirts from here. Big.
But Budweiser always ponies up. Suncoast Beverage ponies up and gives us a lot of free giveaways, and then we give away shirts. We might do some games this year again. We all got older, and it was like, we don't want to do games anymore. People are getting older, but now we got a little more younger crowd coming back in. So
I love the games.
We might be doing some weird games. So
last year, what was cool too is that Terry, one of your employees, had her bicycle stolen not a few days before the party. And it was a Budweiser that usually gives away a bicycle, and you gave it to Terry. Now she still has the bicycle.
We were going to give it away to the customers, and we all walked around and said, look, and gave them the story, and they said, give it to Terry, give it to Terry. And she still has
That's right.
Budweiser bicycle.
That's
And
right.
I think she is very appreciative.
Yes.
And it's always good to give back to the people that take care of you too.
Right.
So
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
no.
All right, get out of here then.
Goodbye.
Leave us alone. Let us talk
I
about
got
her.
tables of us.
Let us talk real quick about
Bust some tables.
the wife's.
Yeah.
By the way, on Tuesdays, we were going to talk about it today, but we do have some new Lonnie Kai news that I'm not going to get into because I want to just let that all go until the newsletter on Tuesday. If you don't get the newsletter on Tuesdays and Fridays, you can sign up for the
Is that
newsletter.
like a teaser right there?
It kind of is. It's the old radio days coming back. You can go to beachtalkradionews.com and the box will pop up where you can register. Many of you already are signed up for the news headlines, but there will be some new Lonnie Kai news in there. And we'll share that with you on Tuesday. But let's talk about you for a change. You went hiking last weekend and stuck me with Greg Skasny as the co-host. I'm kidding, Greg. You did a great job. He's fabulous at
I popped onto the show for like 2 minutes just to see how it was going. And you guys were being irreverent. And that was it.
Is that a good
put
thing? I'll have to
no.
Google that word later.
And I just put my pack on and took off into the forest.
So where did you go?
So it's a very large forest. I'm going to, not get the name correct pronunciation, but it's with Lakuchi. It's divided up into 4 sections north of Tampa and some of it's east. Anyways, we went to the north part and it was very nice. It was very nice. We hiked. A friend of mine, Lisa, was gracious enough to join me, and we hiked in 7 miles the first day, stayed in a primitive camp, which means there's no water, it's really just a clearing in the middle of the woods and a little tiny fire ring and a bench. There was a bench. There was 2 benches. And spent the night and then hiked 10 miles out. And
so I have some questions about
Okay.
this. So there's no porta potties.
Nope.
So did you have to go number 2 at all, or did you not have enough food for that to be a word?
No, it was only a day and a night. So I was okay. Some people wouldn't be. If you have to go, you have to bring a shovel, get off the trail, dig a cat hole, do your business, cover it up.
Oh, you don't have to take it back with you.
Well, you don't have to take that back with you, but if
Okay.
you use any toilet paper products, which I would hope that you would, those need to come back out with you.
You can't bury those in the sand with
You're
the...
not supposed to.
with the-
Leave no
okay.
trace.
Okay, so
So-
all right, so that answers that question. There were some shenanigans going on with passersby that I'm not too happy about.
Well, I didn't realize it's a forest. It's a big forest. They have to have roads, forest roads, which are really dirt roads for people to get in there and manage the forest, especially if there's a forest fire. We did have to call to make sure there were no controlled burns the day before we went. So that was good. But these forest roads were good for us in that they helped us orient and orient the map. We did have to use the compass a couple of times, but we figured it out. But the forest, it's also a recreation area. So we're camping, we're sleeping after I successfully
Okay, we'll get back to
hung
that.
the
We'll
bear
get back to
bag.
that for a second.
Woo-hoo!
Bear bag.
And anyway, so we're sleeping and you start hearing trucks, like four-wheel drive trucks, and they're going up and down these roads, which was fine. It was a little unnerving to me because you're out there to commune with nature, but whatever. Then they started shooting off guns and I was like, okay, great. I'm trying to lay as flat as I can in our tiny little tent because I didn't want to catch a stray bullet coming through the woods.
And you guys
So-
weren't armed in any way. There was no way you could defend yourself from rednecks in Tampa.
Not from a bullet. I mean, I had a
Like,
knife.
what if they decided they were going to assault the tent?
I had a knife. Well, they could not have gotten to us. I mean, you're tucked in the middle of the forest. So I got a little nervous. I did get the fire going on the first try, but I put that out real quick once we, heard the cars because I didn't want people to see us there and be like,
why do
hey,
you make
let's
it
go mess
sound
with
like you were
them.
starting fires with 2 rocks and a piece of wood?
Well,
You had lighters and you had all kinds of
one match.
Oh, please.
One match. I got it on the first strike. You have to. There's a
Oh,
special
you
way
didn't bring
you have to
just
do it.
one match. You should have just brought one match
No.
to see if that you could live up to that challenge.
Listen, there was no water in that forest. So that's the other thing. You have to hike in all your water. So there's 10, 11 pounds there. And that's added to the pack. So
How
the
heavy
pack,
were the packs?
Between 30 and 35 pounds.
Each.
Yeah.
You were carrying 35 pounds for 7-8 miles.
And then 10 the next day.
Why 10? Because you had to carry your duty
because
back with you.
Because you go in. No, you. 10, no, it's 10 miles, 7 miles in, 10 miles out.
Gotcha.
You go in a loop. Now, we didn't really see any wildlife except one baby bunny, 2 cute owls. We did see an egregious amount of spiders, and you're supposed to walk with your sticks in the woods like this.
Of course,
because
everybody knows that.
There's a lot of spider webs, and we did see Lisa missed it. I don't know how she missed it. Well, they're camouflage, but it was a poisonous snake. So she stepped over it. And then I tried to move the snake, but that snake held his ground. So I went way around it. It was a pygmy rattler, something like that.
Did you count your steps on your iWatch?
Yeah,
there?
we got to, I think the total for the whole weekend was 32,000,
wow.
something like that. It was
Very
a lot
nice.
of steps.
So what is your next plan for hiking?
Well, eventually over the summer, I want to get up and do part of the Appalachian Trail.
And that's like 1 million miles from here to Russia. The thing goes
you can't
everywhere.
do the whole, I don't think I could do the whole thing. It takes 6 months to do the whole thing. It goes from Georgia to Maine, and it's 2,200 miles-ish. So you can do it in sections. That's what I plan to do.
All right.
I'm going to do it in sections.
Glad you made it back alive.
Yep. I'm glad I'm glad we were able to navigate, and hang that bear bag was,
Yep.
Now there weren't any bears
that
we know of,
Yeah.
but now I know how to do that and tie it off. And
did you see the overpass they built in Utah so that the wildlife can go over and not get hit? That was incredible. They're already going over there.
And they're already
bears
using it.
Yeah. So we wish everybody hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. She cooked, the wife cooked a lovely dinner for us on Thanksgiving Day. It was just the 3 of us, so we didn't invite our massive family and friends over, and we socially distance and everything. But there's so much stuff coming up in the next few weeks. There's the party here. If you're going to come to the party here, the anniversary party, you need to get here early, because people come early and they stake out their tables because there are tickets given out for all the different prizes. So come down early and grab a table, and then
head on over to the Mile Wide.
The Mile Wide
at the
music
ranch.
festival is at the ranch on the evening of the 5th, and then on the 12th is
11th and 12th.
The 11th and 12th is the women's club. What's it called?
Christmas tree extravaganza.
16 Christmas trees, and then I think it's on the Sunday of the 6th. There's something else we have going on where Kylie Morgan is playing at the Collier County Fair or something. There's so many things going on. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, and thanks for everything. Thanks to all our sponsors, and remember the newsletter comes out on Tuesday, and we'll be back next Saturday. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just if there's people who want to co-host, let me know so that I can start scheduling you in to co-host with him when I'm out hiking.
Yeah, nothing again. What are you laughing at over there? What is he laughing at? Oh, okay. He was laughing at you. How about John Boyd the Sandman, though? It's incredible. Folks, if you're just joining us now, you need to go back and listen to that interview. It was certainly
interesting. That was very interesting.
So when is the next co-host needed? Do you know yet? And
no.
Nothing against Greg, because he did a great job, but it's always nice to have a female co-host, because like Megan and Dan co-hosted once last year when you weren't here, and there's some other co-hosts that were here that we don't talk about anymore because we don't.
Remember when I missed the Taste of Fort Myers Beach,
when
and
we were over
Ellen and
we missed
Gail,
that event. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So maybe we'll do it like a raffle or something. No, nobody wants to co-host the show. All right, everybody.
I think we're going to have a hard time getting people
That's
to
true.
deal with
Who wants
you,
to come down and deal with me? All right, we'll see you next week. Everybody have a great Saturday and Sunday, and bye-bye.